What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. I am back. After a little over a week off, I am back and ready to start putting out daily content once again. I kind of alluded to it last episode, in the last Football Manager episode, that things were going to change a little bit. And during that time off, I had a lot of time to think and contemplate what I'm going to do. And so I've come up with some changes that's going to come to the channel. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to change things up a little bit because I feel like I need to. So the way we're going to change it up is I'm actually going to be introducing a new game to the channel. In my time off, I had a lot of time to think and kind of relax and play some games that I haven't played in a while. And that was actually really fun. I started playing a game that I haven't played in a long time, and I just fell back in love with it. And I decided, you know what? I think I can do this on YouTube, and I think I'd like to do it on YouTube. So this no longer will be a primary Football Manager channel, but don't worry, if you're a fan of Football Manager, it's not going to be leaving. The Jose Mourinho Challenge will be continuing starting tomorrow, but we're just going to kind of mix them together. We're going to do 3 episodes of each a week, and then the 7th day, which will be Sunday, will be kind of a up in the air. I could post Football Manager, could post this other content. I might also be posting some one-off Football Manager videos, so like tutorials or challenges or experiments, something like that. Just one-off stuff. And if I do post those, they will be out on Sunday, probably at most once a week. So some changes will be made. Not a drastic change. Obviously, a new game is pretty big, but some changes are going to be made. Hopefully, you can still enjoy it. I'm hoping there could be some overlap there between fans of both games. They're both sport games. The new games I'm bringing is also a sports game, but it's not soccer. So hopefully some soccer fans, some Football Manager fans will give it a try, and maybe they'll enjoy it. Some coming from the other side will maybe see Football Manager and give it a try as well. I feel like that actually kind of hits home with me because growing up, I didn't play Football Manager. Growing up, I didn't even watch soccer. I had no interest in the sport whatsoever. It wasn't until like 8 years ago when I was watching a World Cup that I first got into the sport. And since then, it just kind of compounded. I started watching it, started to enjoy it, got FIFA, played FIFA. And it's actually through FIFA that I discovered Football Manager. And so, otherwise, this channel might not exist. So, you never know. You never know what you might, give a shot and might actually enjoy. So, I'm not going to hold back any longer. You're going to want to know what the game is. So, the game I'll be bringing to the channel is NCAA Football 14 using the College Football Revamped mod. If you don't know what NCAA Football 14 is, it's an American college football game, and it did come out in 2014. You might be wondering, why are you playing an older game? Well, that's because they don't make the game anymore. Back in 2014 was the last time the game was made. After that, there was a dispute between EA Sports, the NCAA, and the actual college players about using the players' likenesses in a game in which the players actually received no compensation for. And because of some legal stuff, they had to stop making the game. But NCAA Football 14 might just be the best American football game ever made, in my opinion at least. And I think a lot of people share that opinion. It's a fantastic game, and it still lives true to this day. It can challenge modern American football games, and I still think it's probably better than them. A lot of people are still making content on it as well. It's still got a huge following on YouTube. People regularly make content to this day on NCAA Football 14. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I really enjoyed playing it, and I thought it's something that I could bring to the channel that maybe we can find some overlap. I do think, in American football games especially, compared to Madden, it is kind of similar to Football Manager a little bit, especially the way I'm going to be playing it, because I will be starting a dynasty, and I'm actually going to be doing a coach mode dynasty. If you don't know what coach mode is, it's basically, in the game, obviously, in NCAA football, you can play the game normally. Unlike Football Manager, you can actually take control of the players and play the game. But you can also choose to do what's called coach mode, which basically limits you to just calling the plays and designing the playbook, doing all the player signings, all stuff like that. But you don't actually play the game. You call the play, and then it's CPU v CPU. So I think that's kind of the best way to kind of find maybe a commonality between both it and Football Manager. Because, in both, you're kind of doing the tactics, and you're letting the players decide who's going to win the game. So yeah, that is the new series coming to the channel. And like I said, it's going to be every other day. So Monday, starting tomorrow, the Jose Mourinho Challenge will be returning. And then Tuesday, obviously, NCAA Football 14. Wednesday, back to Football Manager. and so on. You kind of can get the rest. I felt like that was the best way to do it, just because, first I thought of maybe doing it all in a row, but with that, if someone gets behind, if they just want to watch the Football Manager content, which I completely understand, but if they just want to watch Football Manager and they're behind a day, then they could be behind multiple episodes. By doing it every other day, it gives you like an extra day to catch up on one if you only want to watch one of the two. And so I thought that was the best way to kind of work it out. I wanted to get through both of them, relatively quickly, both of the seasons in both Football Manager and NCAA 14. So I did want to kind of do an equal split. So yeah, that's going to be the new schedule for the channel. Expect some one-off videos as well, like I said. But yeah, NCAA Football 14 is coming to the channel. And I've already determined the team I'm going to use. Obviously, I've done a lot of work getting it right, getting it ready, finding the perfect sliders for coach mode and playbooks and everything for the team I've got. I've already got everything set up for the team I'm going to be using. And that team is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. If you don't know, Nebraska are traditionally one of the most successful teams in NCAA Division I college football. I think they have the 6th most national championships. And yeah, they've traditionally been a very, very good team in the sport. But recently, they've not had much success. They don't have a single trophy in the 21st century. And they should be getting them. They're a big, university. They're a big sports state. And so, the fact they haven't had any success recently is kind of disappointing if you're a Nebraska fan, especially. But I decided they were the perfect team to kind of bring back to what they once were. Bring them back to being able to win conference championships. Bring them back to being able to win national championships. So I will be rebuilding the Nebraska Cornhuskers because they do need rebuilding. They are not very good. Even using the updated rosters with the college football revamped mod, they are still not very good. So there's still a lot to do there to bring them back to what they once were, and that is going to be my goal. And that's going to be it for my little channel update. Short video, but I didn't want to stretch this out too long. So if you're a big fan of Football Manager and you're going to miss, at least an everyday series, it's still going to be on the channel. Hoser Arena Challenge still going to be a thing, but it's just not going to be 7 days a week anymore. Hopefully, you'll still enjoy it. You'll still be able to get through the seasons relatively quickly. Obviously, not as quick as we used to, but we'll still get through the seasons. And hopefully, we can find a little bit more success. Hopefully, we can win a freaking Champions League. But I also hope you can give NCAA Football 14 a chance. I mean, if you've never watched it before specifically, or if you've never even watched American football, I strongly suggest you give it a chance because it is a very, very good game. And you might not know the rules, but I think you can still enjoy it nonetheless. So please give it a shot. If you don't want to, I completely understand. And Football Manager will still be there. You can still watch that. Just not quite as frequent. So that's going to be it for this video. So obviously a little bit changed to the channel. The way I record videos is going to change a little bit too. In both Football Manager and obviously I've got to kind of get a new style with NCAA Football 14. It's a completely different kind of game to commentate. So it's going to be a learning experience for me. But I think I'm going to enjoy it. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.